Weekend has generated a buzzworthy sound that has got everyone's attention. They met while attending Columbia University, where they developed their own philosophy on what a band could be.
We were starting a band that was kind of like a rock band, but we didn't really feel like we wanted to be like a rock band. Whenever you kind of get some electric guitars and the drum set, there's the danger of kind of sounding boring. So I think we were kind of like interested in African music at that time because it was music that used the same kind of instruments but did something different.
And with that goal in mind, the group came together with the goal of performing live quickly. They immediately put their skills to the test.
Well, we had been talking about the band starting for a while, but then Chris managed to book a show for a Thursday, and we had our first practice that Monday. It was a battle of the bands of 4 bands, and we came third out of 4.
It was put on by the engineering school, so the judges were like the president of the engineering school, I don't know, some other members of like the engineering school. One of them accused me of singing with an accent. One of them called us hipsters. I think one of them liked us though.
With their first show under their belt, Vampire Weekend continued to hone their sound. After being together for only a year, the band found themselves opening up for the Shins. But did their quick ascent feel fast to them?
I don't think it's felt like unnaturally fast because it's not like we started playing our first show at some huge place. Like our first shows were at parties. I think we feel lucky that things have gone well, but it kind of feels like we've also, done the steps. We haven't really skipped any.
And also, I mean, I think another part of it is it still feels like we're doing the steps. It doesn't really feel like, we're not touring in a bus or something. Like we're going on tour in a week and we still have our minivan.
To get the sound that got people talking, the band looked inward to keyboardist Rostam, who served as the band's rookie producer.
I feel much more experienced now, but starting out, I guess there are different things that I didn't know and that I learned along the way, but I guess in some ways your weaknesses contribute to making something that doesn't really sound like everyone else who has studied this stuff and is part of like a community of producers who like send each other like the latest software. But I kind of got more into that over the past few months, so I think it's cool to step up your game in that department.
And stepping up the game he did, their debut album forced music journalists to coin new genres to describe them, some more amusing to the band than others.
Like the 80s prep rock thing, what was that?
So they're just 80s prep rock.
Right, which we were trying to think, like, what is 80s prep rock? Like, did we invent that now? Because that's kind of cool.
You make music that makes writers kind of like make up new genres. You're probably
Onto something.
You're probably doing something right. It's better than just like, this sounds like Nickelback. That's what it is. Nickelback.
One fan was wondering,
It's from Shay at Iowa State. What is Oxford comma about? Follow-up question. Is it the band's favorite punctuation mark?
Well, it's definitely not the band's favorite punctuation mark because the lyric is, who gives a about an Oxford comma? Do emoticons count? Because I think the band favorite is when you have a colon and then a P, so it's basically like a face sticking its tongue out going like this. Ah! We like to use that in emails a lot, just to show people that you got a sense of humor. It's really fun and stuff.
so with their debut album out, what does the future hold for these prep rockers?
I think we're just gonna try and maybe like keep taking it to the next level, and like the Beatles. If you listen to their music, one thing that does happen over the albums, there's like a kind of expansion of the sounds, and I think we're excited to keep exploring some of the things that you can definitely hear already in our music, and to push it further and get deeper into it. So I think that's where hopefully we'll be in 5 years.
Are you ready to rock?
This question's from Jessica from Brooklyn College. What's the strangest place you've ever played a gig?
Maybe the Takeaway show in Paris.
Oh yeah, well there's this website called Blogotech that films you playing outside, and so we did that with them. So we were just kind of walking around Paris, playing shows. We played in a garage in Roanoke, Virginia, that belonged to the Wilner brothers. That was one of our first shows on our tour. That was kind of weird.
But that was pretty good. But both of those are pretty cool.
There hasn't we like to play weird places.
Yeah, we played in Paradiso in Amsterdam, which used to be a church.
It was really weird. That's weird. This is from Patrick at Indiana University, which is one of our favorite universities because we played in Bloomington. Vampire Weekend just became its own country. What does your flag look like?
Synthetic neon colors.
I don't know about that. I think
Pixelated?
I don't know. Maybe like
A sword to represent strength.
a boat to represent internationalism.
Yeah, and freedom.
Actually, we don't believe in nationalism.
No, internationalism.
Yeah, which is the opposite of
Yeah,
nationalism.
that's what we put on the flag. Maybe some like wheat to represent like a bountiful harvest and providing for the people of our nation as its benevolent rulers. This is Brandon from Miami University. You guys don't sound like your name would be Vampire Weekend. What gives?
We like to be contrarians.
Stubbornly
contrarian. I mean, good. That's what I say.
I think that's kind of one thing that's like, because I mean we get that a lot, kind of, and I think that kind of helps. It's like, I think the point you make is if we were actually like a metal or a dark band called Vampire Weekend, I think that's even kind of more funny. I'm not sure if they would
be so embarrassing. But it also helps us get like goth kids on MySpace interested, because they see the name and then they become friends with us and they realize that they really like it.
Yeah. There was a German website that wrote that we were a hardcore punk band, I think just from the name, so that's cool.
This is from Annie in the University of New Hampshire. What role do each of you play in the band, aside from your instruments? Example, Chris Thompson is tag Team Dad.
Dad.
I mean, that was a self-nomination. I don't even know if you guys consider me the Team Dad or not, but I am the most responsible.
I consider you my dad. My Team Dad.
I don't know.
You're a financial guy.
I'm the financial guy. That's true.
Bea's dinner guy. Yeah,
I was also the secretary for a while, because I'm the youngest.
Oh, no,
Not really. Just I was the secretary. I was also Jason Newstead of the band, because I was the youngest. I was the new guy. They were doing a lot of pranks when I was
Just like
starting out.
Metallica used to pick on Newstead. We used to pick on him.
Yeah.
They booked half of our first tour. And he did
Booking
it,
agent? Former booking agent?
He did it singularly.